What's going on, Collider Games fans? I'm Caboose, and today what I got for you guys here is some pretty huge news regarding the next PlayStation, which will probably inevitably called the PlayStation 5. We have some actual official details about the console that were released earlier this morning in an exclusive interview with Wired. So this all comes from this article. It's going to be linked in the description if you want to read through this entire interview in detail, but we're going to give you guys a little bit of the gist of what exactly went down during this interview and all the information we have so far on the PlayStation 5. The first of which is that it is confirmed it is not going to be coming out this year. I'm pretty sure everyone saw this coming. There's not a single person on earth who thought this not to be the case. Yes, the PlayStation 5 will not be coming out this year. It's probably going to be next year, I'm assuming. We'll have to wait and see though. Another thing noted in this article is that the PlayStation 5 is going to be compatible with 8K, which I don't even know if we're able to even see, and I don't even know if this is something that's even worth it. I mean, when it mentions that it's compatible with 8K, to me that means that it could be just like an up-res and not a native 8K quality. So we'll see how exactly that's going to work. It's just I'd much rather run at 1080p if I'm guaranteed 60 FPS the entire run when I'm playing the game. That's kind of what matters the most for me, because the higher in fidelity that you go, the more that I notice that I see some frame drops and some issues in the overall quality of my experience playing the game. So we'll see. I mean, 8K can necessarily not be a bad thing if they manage to pull it off and make sure that the games run smoothly at that fidelity. I think one of the biggest announcements for the PlayStation 5 is that there is going to be a built-in solid-state drive. If you are a PC gamer or if you are someone who knows a little bit about PCs, then you will understand how important this is. To explain it a little bit, there is a hard drive and then there is a solid-state drive. In most laptops, you're going to have an SSD already installed, and what this does is drastically improves the loading time of your laptop. To compare, if you were to look at a laptop with a hard drive versus a laptop with an SSD or a solid state drive, you'll see that the laptop with the solid state drive will start up much faster than the laptop that just has a hard drive. Now, in the console generation that we're currently within, the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4, you are able to get external solid state drives and plug them in, and it is said that those do in some way improve loading times. However, to hear that there is going to be a built-in solid state drive with the PlayStation 5 could mean that PlayStation is cooking up something really special here and that they plan to really improve loading times with games on the next generation of consoles. Another thing that is confirmed for the PlayStation 5 is backwards compatibility support for PlayStation 4 games. So if you have an entire library of games on the PlayStation 4, you are going to be immediately able to play them, at least I assume, on the PlayStation 5. There seems to be a bit of a focus on audio as well with the PlayStation 5. It was mentioned in the interview here with Mark Cerny that with the PlayStation 3 transitioning into the PlayStation 4, that was the one misfire that they seem to have not handled very well, was the upgrade in quality when it comes to audio. And that seems to be something that they want to change when transitioning now into the PlayStation 5, and they plan to have something of a 3D audio with this console, which excites me a lot. When I play games even semi-competitively, the one thing that I focus and need the most is the audio. I want to hear the footsteps. I want to know what my surroundings sound like, and that can very much help if they were to have something as dynamic as 3D audio. So here's hoping that does come to fruition and it works the way that PlayStation wants it to. And as to no surprise to anyone, there will be support for both physical copies of games and digital copies. It's not going to be a digital-only console. I don't think that we'll see that from Xbox either. If anything, there could be an opportunity here for both PlayStation and probably for Xbox, from what we're hearing, that there will be a separate console sold as a digital-only console that is cheaper than the price of the main console, where it doesn't feature a disc port. So I think that is just fine, having the option available there for people who maybe don't buy physical copies anymore. I still do get physical every now and then, but I also really like the idea that I can pre-order a game, preload it onto my Xbox, and play it immediately when it hits midnight and that game is technically released. So I really like the way that digital works. Of course, I understand that there are a lot of people out there who still much prefer to get a physical copy of the game, and that option is still going to be available for you with the PlayStation 5. There's also a lot of nitty-gritty tech talk in terms of an upgrade in CPU and GPU, and there's some ray tracing support. Again, the article that we're talking about here is going to be linked in the description, so if you want to get more of those tiny details, it's all going to be available for you. And then last up, we did want to mention that there is going to be support on the current PlayStation VR headset that is available out there, so there will be, in some way, shape, or form, PlayStation VR games making their way to this platform, and the current PSVR headset that is available and on the market will be compatible with this PlayStation 5. So again, if you want to check the link in the description to read more of this in detail, you absolutely can. But right now, that is what we know so far about the PlayStation 5. None of this is rumors. None of this is speculation. All of this officially confirmed by Mark Cerny, who is the lead system architect at PlayStation for the PlayStation 4 and now for the PlayStation 5. He did this interview with Wired and released all this information, so it is 100% confirmed. And with that said, we're now going to kick it to you guys. Let us know your thoughts on all this in the comments section below. When it comes to the PlayStation 5, what out of everything we've listed here excites you the most? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, a positive rating would be appreciated. And you can subscribe to the Collider Games channel for more gaming coverage. And while you're at it, follow us on Twitter at Collider Gaming, linked in the description. I've been Caboose, and I'll see you guys later.